everyone, and welcome to this month's question and answer, live question and answer. Thank you all for joining me so far. Look, today I'm going to do things a little bit different. I've got a few questions that everyone sent through to T20 Stars to my email. So I've got a few questions, but please send some questions in, type some questions in down the bottom there, and I will answer as many of them as I possibly can. Hi to everyone. I really appreciate you all joining me. Look, I'll start by just paying a tribute to one of the best leaders I've ever worked under, and MS Dhoni. He announced his retirement from international cricket last week, and look, I just want to mention just a couple of things, the things that really stand out to me about MS. One, obviously the way he played, the way he took on the game. It was just a breath of fresh air coming into world cricket as a keeper, and the way he batted was absolutely phenomenal as well. And then the power that he harnessed, and the innings that really stands out for me. My favourite MS Dhoni memory, and this comes from a message that came from RP Talks as well, is my favourite MS Dhoni innings. And there's no question in my mind, it's a 2011 World Cup final. To be able to bat the way he did, to be able to really take the onus on himself as captain to walk out to bat and score 91 from 79 balls in a World Cup final to lead his team to victory was just absolutely mind-blowing to think that was possible. So that's my favourite innings of MS Dhoni. The other one in Test cricket was his double hundred against Australia. I was playing the game in Chennai. He batted incredible. It was tough conditions, and he came out. The ball was spinning a lot, and he just took the game on. He knows the Chennai wicket really well from playing it for CSK, but that was absolutely phenomenal to be able to see the way he played. So, look, I'm very fortunate to have got to know MS Dhoni for the last couple of years, to be able to play with him here for CSK, and now another season. I'm in Dubai now, so in quarantine, so another year of IPL with MS under his leadership. So I can't wait to be able to play with him again. But just a couple of stats in particular really stand out for me to MS Dhoni, just to finish off this way. Talking about him is 350 one-day internationals, which is a crazy amount. He played 90 test matches as well. But in one-day internationals, to be able to average 50 at a strike rate of 87, it's just mind-blowing how that's possible. So, MS Dhoni, you're a true legend. I'm so excited to be able to play another season with you. Okay, I'm going to go into a few of the questions that people have sent me. The first one is, how do I feel about playing for CSK in my favourite moments? Okay, so I've been very fortunate to be able to play for CSK the last few years. I love my time at the Rajasthan Royals. That was an incredible experience to play under Shane Warne and play in front in Jaipur. It's a beautiful cricket ground. The wicket's amazing. But CSK, it's just it's an amazing franchise. It's run incredibly well, leadership all the way down. MS Dhoni, Stephen Fleming, just the way they set up the whole franchise is phenomenal. So you just come in, you're embraced, you're trusted. So I feel very fortunate to play for a great franchise now at the back end of my career. My favourite moment of CSK is actually the first game that I played for CSK. Which was against the Mumbai Indians in Mumbai. It was a really tight game. DJ Bravo batted like a genius. He got us out of trouble and won us the game. And I remember after that game, MS Dhoni said, and Mike Hussey as well, who's a assistant coach, said, you know what, that's just what we do at CSK. We know that's what we do. We're never out of the game. And the CSK had been out of the IPL for 2 years but to come back in the first game against one of the best teams, Mumbai Indians, to be able to win a game like that, and that's just what CSK did. So that was his first game ever played for CSK. So that was a amazing initiation to such a great franchise. All right, I'll get into a few other questions. Am I going to play? This is from Rushi. Am I going to play IPL this year? Well, I'm here in Dubai. I've arrived here I've got 4 more days of quarantine to go. I'm in my room bound. The only time I can go out of my room is to be able to get a COVID test, which I had this morning. So yeah, I'm here in the IPL, so in Dubai. It's a different experience to be able to fly from Sydney directly to Dubai. It's very, as everyone knows, the world's a very, very different place right now. We've obviously always got to look after ourselves and look after everyone around us from a safety point of view. But yeah, it's a very different experience. Obviously, everyone's wearing masks. Everyone's very, even on the planes, very sterile. So yeah, and now coming into quarantine and being here for 7 days, I've just been locked in my room. So I'm able to do this Q&A and also get a lot of things done, and that from a T20 stars perspective, a lot of different content and building a few exciting things which I'll mention over the next few months. So yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to get into another year of IPL for CSK. Most people in the same boat, as in coming off no cricket. The only people who've been playing, the guys in England, the Aussies and the West Indian, and the people playing in the CPL. So a lot of guys are in a similar sort of position, coming from a low base of not playing much. So we're here 4 weeks early. We'll have 3 weeks of a training camp to be able to get our skills ready to go as much as we possibly can. Even coming here, walking out of the airport to the car, it's very hot. As everyone who's in the subcontinent at the moment knows, it's very hot, whereas down in Sydney, where I was coming from, it was cold. So that's going to take a bit of time to acclimatise as well. But yeah, the training camp's going to be a lot of fun, and then we'll play we'll hopefully get an opportunity to play another season and some games in the IPL. Okay. Someone's asked, how much does my cap cost? So I hope you like it. It's T20 Stars cap. It's just ones and my shirt that I got just made in a very small run. But there's some exciting things coming for T20 Stars soon, which I'll let everyone know over the next little while. One question is, where is Dhoni now? Dhoni now, like everyone who's arrived here in Dubai, is in their room, isolating. At the moment, we're all just doing as much as we can, exercise as much as we can in our room. I've got some resistant bands and that, which is what I've been using at home anyway, because we haven't been able to go to the gyms at home back in Sydney as well. So being stuck in my room I've got resistance bands. I'm walking. I've only got like a 10, maybe maximum a 10 meter corridor in my room. So I'm listening to podcasts. Listening to one at the moment. I've been listening to this one all the time. How I Built This, which is from Guy Raz, which is an incredible podcast talking to the best, most successful entrepreneurs over the last probably 20 or 30 years. So it's a really easy way. I'm just walking up and down 10 meters, walking around and around in circles for hours on end. I think I walked like 6 or 7 Ks in my room the other day. So it's a way to be able to stay fit. But we're all in our rooms, staying as fit as we can. Resistance bands. And Greg King, our strength and conditioning coach, has sent through a lot of different exercises for us to be able to stay fit for the 7 days that we are locked up in our room. So everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone in all the other franchises are doing the same thing. It's what we have to do to try and keep everyone as safe as we possibly can. Look, thanks for everyone who's commenting as well. And the questions are sending through. Look, hi everyone, wherever you are in the world at the moment. I hope that you're all staying safe and looking after yourself and everyone around you. It is a crazy time. There's a question here's just popped up. How many hundreds do I get in the IPL in this season? Look, just to be able to get another opportunity to be able to play in the IPL, I'll be doing everything I can. Hopefully a few, but just to be able to get an opportunity to perform well again for CSK, that is what matters most to me. I absolutely love the franchise. I want to see the franchise do really well for my teammates, who are great people, and for the leadership of the franchise as well. So hopefully just runs that hopefully helps us win. Okay, I'll get into a few more questions. Okay, there's one from Ashen. When I was small, what was my ambition? My ambition was, since I was a little kid, was to be able to play cricket for Australia. That was my goal. That was my dream, was to play cricket for Australia. And I used to sit there and watch cricket with my dad, the Test matches, and one day I was just dreaming of one day, maybe is it possible to be able to play cricket for Australia? So everything I did was around being the best cricketer I could be. I loved all different sports. I loved playing rugby union and tennis and golf, but cricket was my number one love. I always made sure that I studied really hard. Mum and Dad always instilled in me that I had to study hard, and my study was never going to be interrupted by anything else outside. So whether it's cricket or any other sport, so I had to study and get the best pass mark I could to have something to fall back on from education point of view. So yeah, that's what I always wanted to do, and it's amazing if you set your mind on something and you've got this dream and this drive to be able to achieve it, then you do everything you possibly can to be able to achieve your dream, and that's what life is all about. So you mostly got out to spin last year. Yeah, well, the wicket in Chennai was very spin conducive, and spin was mainly bowled against me and most people. So I'm sure this season maybe it might be a little bit different here in the UAE. So and another question is, are you allowed to interact with other players in the corridor right now? No. It is proper lockdown in our rooms. We can't interact with anyone. It's just the only time you go to your room is to get a COVID test, which you see no one. You walk back in your room and you keep going for the next for 4 days until we're all out. There's also another mention here about Deepak. Deepak, who is an incredibly skillful young bowler, swing bowler. We've been very fortunate to have Chahal out in CSK. The way he's able to swing the ball with a brand new ball, and his skills have continued to evolve as well. He now can bowl really well. He's got great options at the death as well. So he's someone who had a really breakthrough year last season in not just bowling his 4 overs out in the first sort of 12 overs while it's swinging, to be able to have the defensive skills from a bowling perspective towards the back end of an innings is incredibly impressive. So I can't wait to be able to see him in action again. Okay, I'll get into a few more questions. Thank you so much for sending in all your questions. There's how many overs will I bowl this season in the IPL? It'll be none. My body now just doesn't react well to bowling at all. It continues to arc up my calves and my hamstrings. So now it is very much just putting all my energy into my batting and hoping, and my fielding as well, and hoping that I can contribute really well in just that facet of the game and manage my body as well as I can and stay fit and not be injured on the sidelines. So AB de Villiers, you just said hi. AB, hope you're going well, mate. Can't wait to be able to see another. I don't really like. Well, I love watching you play. So, and whether that's in the opposition or playing with you, you are a true legend of the game, and you bat how everyone dreams of batting in any format. So, AB, I hope you're going well, and your family's well, mate. Okay, I'll get into a few more. Which bowler do I find the toughest to face in the IPL? One who I find tough to face has got incredible, really incredible skills. One is Rashid Khan is very skillful, especially if the ball's turning a bit. But the one probably that stands out the most is Bumrah. He is just so incredibly skillful. With a brand new ball, he can swing it. He can move it a little bit both ways. He's got an incredible change of pace. He's got that's hard to pick up. He's got really good speed as well. And the ball, and he's different as well. He's got a different action. So the ball comes out differently to most other bowlers that you face. So he is someone who's it's no secret. It's the reason why he's one of the He's one of the premier bowlers in the world across all formats, but especially the shorter format and T20. So he's definitely someone who is challenging, but hopefully I can get a few runs against him this season. Okay, other questions. Okay, I missed it. There's a thing here saying that AB wanted. It was AB's question. AB asked how many overs I'm going to be bowling. Probably the same amount as AB's going to be bowling in this IPL as well. I've been fortunate enough to face AB in a one-day international. I think it was in Canberra. And if he's still listening, I think he got me out too. I thought, I'm going to try and capitalise on AB's little medium paces that he was bowling. I think I got caught on the fence. Anyway, so no overs this year, AB. Okay. Okay, another one question is, what are my reactions to Dave Warner's TikTok dances? Dave Warner is a very good dancer. There's no question. I knew that before seeing all these his TikTok videos that he's uploaded, but there's one that I absolutely loved of his, which was this Michael Jackson, I think it was Billie Jean, the start of Billie Jean with a hot cup of coffee or a hot cup of tea or something like that. I thought that was very, very funny and very clever. TikTok, my dance moves aren't up to scratch, so I'll leave that to the experts. But yeah, Dave's TikTok moves certainly continue to be very, very impressive. How he picks it up so quickly. Okay, a few more questions. Okay, one is, how do I feel when you bat when I bat with MS Dhoni? Well, I haven't had, because I'm opening the batting, and I haven't really had much of a chance to be able to bat with MS too much at all, apart from in the final where we were involved in a run out, which was shattering. But look, anytime that MS goes into bat, you know that he's got the game under control. He does take the game a lot deeper than MS takes the game a lot deeper than which is what you grow up in Australia. But he just the bowlers are always under pressure because they know that there's a time coming where he's just going to line up a bowler and make the most of it. So he's you always know the game's in hand. There's a question here: what's it like facing Jofra Archer? Jofra Archer is awkward and uncomfortable. He's got great pace off a shortish sort of run, very easy on the eye to watch, but to be able to face, it doesn't really look like he's putting in heaps of effort, and the ball just flies out of his hand. He's not overly tall, but he's got long arms, so he gets a lot of bounce, and the ball sort of does come in a little bit of swing in. So he's definitely a bit awkward. He's definitely awkward to face with his bounce and his pace. So he's a great challenge. He's a very skillful bowler. He's got great defensive skills as well under pressure. So Jofra is definitely, Rajasthan Royals are very, very lucky to be able to have him. Okay, a couple other questions. One question is, Dhoni or A.B. de Villiers? Oh gosh, you can't choose between those two guys. And A.B. he bats as everyone dreams of batting, in all formats. So you can't go against A.B. in any way at all. But MS, just his ability to be able to finish a game is something that the world's never really seen before. To be able to take the game so late, so deep. So I can't pick between those two. They're both two of the greatest players who've ever played the game across all formats. There's a question here: my favourite memories of IPL. There's one. Look, I've got a lot. There's no doubt. But the one that the first year of IPL was an incredible experience. Rajasthan Royals playing under Shane Warne was an amazing experience alone. I personally was on the international cricket scrap heap at the time. I had been injured consistently for a couple of years, so it was an amazing opportunity to be able to play a world-class tournament in 2008. And the one thing about the IPL, I'm going to be writing a blog about this over the next couple of weeks, is just how the IPL has brought world cricket together. there was a lot of, up until 2008, there was a lot of tension between international teams, a lot of tension on the ground, off the ground, but the IPL brought players from different countries together. So it wasn't just on the battlefield or in the battlefield on the ground at the time. It was getting to know people off the field. So my favourite IPL moment just stands out for me was the first year. That to be able to win the IPL for Rajasthan Royals was an incredible experience to be involved in. But again, the first IPL, no one ever thought, any cricketer thought in their wildest dreams that something like the IPL would come around and be a part of world cricket. So that would definitely be my favourite moment. I've been so fortunate to have a lot of incredible moments throughout my career as well in the IPL. The one with Bangalore, I'd have to say, with RCB was, even though we ended up losing the final in Bangalore, to be able to play in a final in front of the most incredible fans, like that ground, the ground was in Bangalore was absolutely pumping that final. Unfortunately, we didn't get across the line for the RCB fans, which we just weren't good enough to get across the line. But that was an incredible experience, the build up to that final, and then the final for CSK in 2018, where I was fortunate enough to be able to have one of my better days throughout my career in that final. So that was a very special moment for the IPL as well. RCB will win this year. Look, RCB's always got an incredible team. ABD is going to be charging. Virat Kohli, who's just the ultimate across all formats. They've got Simon Kadic, who's their head coach this year, who's one of my great friends, who's a great player, mentor. So he's going to do a great job leading RCB. Okay, I'll get into a few more questions. Okay, there's one question here. What is the difference between the IPL and the PSL? So the one thing that the PSL brings is the quality of fast bowlers, like unreal fast bowlers. Every team that you play against in the PSL has got 1 to 2 fast bowlers who are bowling 150 Ks. So you play there and you need to be on your A game, otherwise you get exposed. And there's really there is serious searing pace all the time. The thing about the IPL is that it's bringing together all the best players in the world. The PSL, because there's no window for the PSL, it gets the Pakistan players, all the Pakistan players, which are a lot of world-class players there, and there's some. There are a lot of world-class overseas players who play in the PSL, but the IPL, because there's a world window, it is the best players in the world playing every game, and it's incredibly tough. There's no weak links. There's no nothing in every team now in the IPL. So that is the IPL. That's the incredible challenge of the IPL. And that's why everyone loves coming to play in the IPL, because it's the true test of what you've got. MS Dhoni or Sachin Tendulkar. That's one of the questions. Who do I pick? Look, both are crazily good. There's no doubt. MS Dhoni, there's no question, is one of the best leaders the world cricket has ever seen. There's no question as well. And his record across all formats, but especially one-day cricket and T20 cricket, are phenomenal. Sachin Tendulkar is just one of the greatest batsmen that's ever played the game. So, there's you can't really pick between those two guys. Who's going to win this IPL? There's one question has come through. Who's going to win this season's of IPL? I'm always going to say CSK. I think the success that we've had, we're a very experienced team. With the quality of players that we have, look, every team is incredibly strong. There's no weak team. There's no weak link in any squad now with the caliber of players across all franchises. But the one thing that's going to be really interesting to see is majority of people, apart from the guys who are playing at the moment, the CPL or in England, everyone's coming from a similar base of not playing cricket for the last 4 or 5 months. So it's going to be the next 3 weeks of training camps here in Dubai, which is very hot, is going to be everyone's chance to be able to upskill and get their skills up to a level where they're at their absolute best. So I've found that a really big challenge throughout the last sort of 4 years of playing just T20 cricket. And franchise cricket is when you come off a time when you haven't played because of the schedule or whatever it is. It's a challenge to be able to get your skills up and going. So everyone's going to be in the same boat, majority of the players. So it's going to be a great challenge and something that I'm excited about. I've done it a lot over the last 4 years, so I've got an understanding of what's required to get my skills where they need to be. The question is, again, where am I? Am I in Dubai? Yes, I'm in Dubai, as a lot of people are now. Most people have flown into Dubai who aren't playing elsewhere at the moment to be able to quarantine for 7 days to then get ready to get into the training component. It's interesting here in Dubai, and the way this IPL season is going to work is this big quarantine bubble that's going to be, or a big bubble that's going to be put, a biosecurity bubble that's going to be put around the whole tournament. It's going to be a very different experience, but I suppose with the way the world is, everything's different. So we have to do what we have to do to be able to keep the game alive, to keep the game, make sure the tournament is on, and that the COVID doesn't spread through the tournament as well. So we all have to do everything possible to make sure that the fans at home are able to watch the cricket because it's on, the IPL, because it's an amazing tournament. So all the players, support staff, everyone around the tournament has got a huge responsibility to make sure we all stay safe, to make sure that the IPL stays on and is as much as it possibly can is COVID free. Okay, I'll get into a few more questions. Gosh, there's a lot of questions, so thanks so much for sending all your questions in. Yes, about Suresh Raina's retirement from international cricket. That's a great point. Suresh Raina is one of the most skilled batsmen that's come out of India for a long time. In the shorter format, in particular, he's one of the best. He scored the most runs in the IPL. He scored the most runs for CSK. He's just been a consistent performer over and over and over again. His ability to be able to dominate spin bowling, to dominate quick bowling, is phenomenal. He's one of the sweetest guys anyone you'll ever meet in your life, Suresh. He's very much a team man. He cares about his teammates. You can see that's the way he puts in the field as well. Is he cares about his team, and he wants CSK to do really well. So he's a phenomenal cricketer. He's been an absolute true champion for the Indian cricket team, and his international retirement has come about now, but he's going to be hopefully he's able to, he's playing the IPL, but hopefully at some stage the Indian cricketers who aren't playing international cricket will be able to play in the other T20 tournaments around the world as well. I know Suresh has been very vocal around, and it's really important that other tournaments are able to get the best players out of India as well, to be able to give them an opportunity to be able to play in these other T20 tournaments around the world. So hopefully we get to see him outside of just the IPL over the next few years, because he's got a number of years of dominating T20 cricket over the next next while, as long as he really wants to play. He's looking super fit, he's raring to go, as we've seen some Instagram posts as well recently. So he'll be raring to go. Okay, I'll get into a few more questions. Is this going to be the most special edition of IPL? That's a really good question. Yeah, this IPL is going to be a very special edition. And is it because of MS Dhoni and Suresh's retirement? Yes, there's no international retirement. Yes, of course, within CSK and within cricket in general. Yeah, it's going to be a very special tournament and different for these two guys in particular who are retired from international cricket, because they want to continue to dominate like they have. But it's going to be a very special and different tournament because of the way the world is at the moment as well. With the tragic circumstances around what COVID, the pandemic that's hit throughout the whole world, it continues to not go away at all, and so many people's lives continue to be affected. And we are here, the cricketers are here to be able to put on the best tournament that we possibly can. All the players we're going to be doing everything we can to stay safe as we can, to be able to ensure the tournament is on and stays on for everyone to be able to watch from India. So yes, I believe it's going to be a very special tournament. It's going to be a different tournament because of these different reasons, but because of MS Dhoni and Suresh, their retirement from international cricket alone, it's going to provide an exciting feel around the tournament and the team at CSK as well. Which will be more difficult, India or Dubai, playing in India or Dubai? For me personally, the conditions here in Dubai and the UAE, I've played a lot of cricket here now, especially in the PSL and playing a lot of different times here. So I'm very much used to the conditions here as well. Abu Dhabi, I'm playing here in a different time, so it's very hot, so the wickets are going to be, you'd think, be very dry. But Abu Dhabi is a place where I really love batting there. It's a very the ball normally goes through and bounces. So yeah, I enjoy batting there. Dubai, I've played a lot there as well. So, but I always love playing in India as well. The conditions there, in majority of the time, suit the way I play as well. I love playing there. So it's it's just going to be a different experience for everyone to be able to experience. There's a question there that's just popped up in the comments is, do I like MS Dhoni's captaincy? Yeah, well, the combination between him and Stephen Fleming is the ultimate coach-captain combination. They've worked so well together. They've worked together for a long, long time as well. They know each other inside out. So they are an incredible combination. Dhoni on the field is, as everyone can see, is super calm, super collected. He knows when to be able to communicate to the players directly, and then to be able to leave them to their own device when they need it as well. So I'm looking forward to playing under him again. There's another one. Is my family coming? Another question. Unfortunately, my family won't be able to come. It's a very complicated situation with COVID and quarantining and all that sort of thing. So sadly, my family won't be coming. I don't think majority of players' families won't be coming as well. It just provides a very, very complicated situation around quarantine and staying safe and not making sure that the IPL stays COVID free. So we all have to do what we have to do to be able to ensure that the IPL goes ahead and stays ahead and stays for the whole tournament. So that's the sacrifice that we all have to make, or majority of us have to make, about not having our families with us it'll be up to 3 months, which will be tough being away from our family, but that's the sacrifices that we have to make individually to be able to make sure the IPL goes ahead. And I love nothing more than playing in the IPL. I love playing for CSK. They're a great franchise. So that's sacrifices that that people have to make at times to be able to play in the IPL in such an incredible tournament. I'll go to a few more questions. Thank you again for everyone who's joined me from wherever you are. I really appreciate you all tuning in and for sending through your comments and your questions as well. Just one that's popped up: how's my lockdown been? So I'm 3 days into my lockdown in my room. Look, I'm having a great time, as in I'm making the most of staying fit and doing exercise, walking up and down, listening to some podcasts, doing some podcast interviews for Lessons Learned with the Greats. In the process of building more content for T20 Stars, writing some blogs, which one I just released yesterday, around cramping and my experiences with cramping, which was debilitating for a long period of time until I discovered one product called Coda shots, which are Coda electrolyte tablets, which just meant that I don't cramp anymore. I know some people, a few comments are around, am I just promoting another product for Coda? No, I reached out to them this year to see if it was okay if I promoted their products, because I've used it non-stop since 2009, and it's meant that I haven't cramped at all. So I'm building some more content. I'm going to write doing a blog on the IPL and some more video blogs coming up as well. And I'm also building something very exciting as well for T20 Stars, which I'll let everyone know soon. There's going to be some prizes and some giveaways, so please do sign up to my T20 Stars newsletter, which you can sign up to. There's going to be a CSK signed jersey from everyone at the end of the IPL that I'm going to be I'm going to be giving away. So please sign up to the T20 Stars newsletter, which is on my website, t20stars.com. There's a pop-up that comes up to be able to sign up to, so you can go into a chance to be able to win a signed CSK jersey by the whole team. And to a couple more questions to finish with. Who's the best fielder in CSK according to me? We've got an aging team, so there's a few people like me who sort of get hidden away in the field. Jadeja is an absolute gun across the board. Jadu in all fielding positions, outfield, infield, whatever. He is just electric in the field. How he moves around, his agility, but then his throwing arm. Oh my gosh, I've never seen an arm so powerful. The amount of runouts that he gets from the boundary is something extraordinary. And I saw that in the first year I played with him at Rajasthan Royals, the first year of the IPL. Jadu was a young 17-year-old. And he outfoxed so many people. People weren't expecting him to have a gun arm even back then as well. And he still maintained that phenomenal arm. So Jadu is a gun fielder. We're very lucky to be able to have him. Okay, I'm just gonna a couple more questions, and then I'm gonna finish for today. But thank you so much for everyone for joining me. I really do appreciate you joining me for this question and answer. For this month. The last one is just around me bowling again. I'm not going to be bowling. I certainly have always absolutely loved being an all-rounder, but at this stage in my career, I'm 39 now. It's much more challenging to be able to get my body up and going and maintain. I bowled as fast as I could, just about for about 17 or 18 years. So now it's just batting time only and in the field and supporting my team. But look, I'm gonna wrap it up now. Well, thank you so much for everyone who's joined me and sent your comments and your questions through. I'll let everyone know when my next Q&A and my next Instagram live is going to be up and going. But in the meantime, please do go to t20stars.com. I'm going to be uploading some blogs and video blogs, and also every week there's going to be more and more episodes, lessons learned with the greats. I'm going to be making the most of my time here during the IPL to interview and get the insights from the inner sanctum from as many of the great players who are playing here in the IPL. ABD, I want to be interviewing you. So AB de Villiers, I'd love to be able to interview you for my podcast. So anyway, everyone, thank you so much for joining me, and I really appreciate it. And I look forward to catching you all very soon. Take care, everyone, and stay safe.